How Jake Paul knocked out Ben Askren in one punch. Jake Paul is one of the wealthiest YouTube sensations, earning millions of dollars from videos. Actually, he is one of the most controversial YouTube stars with more than 20 million subscribers. Now, the creator, who has also been an actor on Disney Channel and got his start on Vine, has shifted his focus from diss tracks and controversy to professional boxing. He even got a match with professional mixed martial artist Benjamin Michael Askren, and the results were unbelievable. Let's see how Jake Paul knocked out Ben Askren in one punch. Somehow, this isn't the first time Jake Paul has been paid to be a boxer. If you are wondering how this happens, well, we've got some answers for you. It starts as all great social media star careers do, with a bout against a fellow social media star. Paul's first career bout was against fellow YouTube personality Annie Gibb, who he stopped in the first round in January of 2020. It was a solid performance, but against someone that's not a professional athlete. It didn't really test his mettle. The second fight was against former NBA player Nate Robinson, who played 10 years in the league and was once paid for his athleticism. The three-time NBA slam dunk champion got overwhelmed in the ring, however, and it gave us some of the more memorable memes in boxing history. Paul scored a trio of knockdowns en route to a brutal second-round knockout of former NBA star Nate Robinson in their cruiserweight bout inside Staples Center in Los Angeles. Although he held advantages of 4 inches in height and 13 years in age, it was Paul's significant edge in boxing training that proved to be the difference. I have been training my ass off for the past year. I am taking this seriously. This is a long list of opponents I want, like Conor McGregor and fellow MMA fighter Dylan Dennis. I want to knock both of them out. I want to be in this sport for a long time. I'm in love with this, so why not? Paul said. The 23-year-old Paul did well early to hold off Robinson's advantage in athleticism by avoiding the 3-time NBA slam dunk champion's leaping attacks, as the fight largely devolved into a clinch fest featuring plenty of grappling. Paul began to time Robinson's forward attack and caught him with a right hand to the side of the head that dropped him in round 1. Robinson regained his feet but held the back of his head with his left hand, trying to sway referee Thomas Taylor that the blow was a rabbit punch. The second round saw Paul continue to land clean shots as a looping counter right hand dropped Robinson for the second time and left him pinned under the ropes. Although Robinson was able to regain his feet again, the end would come shortly after in a violent fashion. Paul landed a 3-punch combination that finished with a short right hand to the chin that knocked Robinson out cold and dropped him face first. Taylor instantly waved off the fight at 135. It was an overhand right that finished the fight, but he was better than I expected. He was athletic and super strong. I just want to say thank you to Nate. He was the one that originally called me out, and I respect him. His basketball career was great, and I don't want to take anything away from him. He stepped into the ring, and it takes a lot of balls to do that, Paul explained. The final punch stat saw Robinson outland Paul 10-8 in total, although it was Paul who was more efficient, scoring a trio of knockdowns off the 8 shots he landed. For me, my whole life has been a fight, so fighting is something I'm great at, Paul said. Being from Ohio in a small town and just fighting for success, people hating on me, I'm one of the most hated people in the world. It's not easy. After that, it seems that YouTube boxing matches have drawn huge interest and massive viewership. Even Tyson, the former heavyweight world champion, said that the boxing industry owes YouTube boxers like Paul respect for keeping boxing alive. He even called Paul a God-gifted YouTube boxer and said that the more anyone boxes, the better it is. Jake Paul still hasn't fought a professional boxer in his short boxing career, but he now owns a knockout victory over a professional fighter. Recently, Paul scored a first-round TKO over former UFC fighter Ben Askren in their main event clash from inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. He came out fast against Askren, working off a jab that he used to Askren's head and body. Askren, an accomplished wrestler who was never known as a striker in his successful mixed martial arts career, looked stiff and slightly robotic as he tried to figure out a way inside on the younger, stronger, and faster Paul. With Paul showing solid technique, it felt clear Askren would have to turn things into a dirtier fight than a straight boxing match. Unfortunately for Askren, a crushing overhand right from Paul sent him spilling to the floor. Despite beating the count, the referee deemed Askren unable to continue and called the fight off at the 1:59 mark of round 1. Askren protested the stoppage, but the replay did show that, as the referee told Askren to walk forward, the former mixed martial artist moved sideways at the same time. Askren was shown walking backstage smiling after the bout, apparently in good spirits after making $500,000 in disclosed pay for the bout. It's been 4 months. I've been training every day in camp. I deserve this shit. I don't know how many times I have to prove myself that this is for real, Paul said after his win. Askren, to his credit, kept a level head after the fight when talking with reporters. I wasn't nervous at all because, at the end of the day, my life doesn't change one way or the other, Askren said. In MMA, I was always pursuing or defending a world title. And, today, I was doing a fun boxing match. If it turned out great, then great. If it turns out shit, then my life is the same. So there were really no nerves whatsoever. Actually, last week, Triller confirmed the news in an email to MMA Fighting that the social media company has filed a lawsuit that alleges 11 illegal streamers broadcasted the recent card featuring Jake Paul against Ben Askren in the main event, with losses totaling $100 million. The lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court in Central California. News of the lawsuit was first reported by Yahoo Sports. In total, the lawsuit takes aim at 11 sites and 100 unnamed people with 2 million illegal streams, which Triller claims cost them $100 million in revenue. A Triller spokesperson said in a statement sent to MMA Fighting, "It's shocking to think a theft so grand can be done so blatantly and brazenly and steal with no remorse. There is zero difference between what they did and walking into a market, stealing tons of product, and selling it at a discount in the parking lot. It's neither civilly or criminally any different, and we are prosecuting to the fullest extent of the law. There were far over 2 million illegal streams, akin to hundreds of millions of dollars. Sites, mostly using Google's YouTube, such as filmdaily.com, accesstvpro.co, and online 2livestream.us, crackstreamlive.com, sportstoday.club, mysports.club, billasport.com, Trendy Clips, Mike, Your Extra, Eclipped Gaming, It's Lil Brandon, and others are causing significant damage, not just to Fight Club, but content creators overall. People put a lot of hard work, time, and money into creating a product for the consumer, and having it stolen and resold is terribly damaging. The good news is they are not protected by VPN masking or other firewalls, as their activities are criminal and grand theft, so we will ultimately find them and prevail not just for us, but for content creators in general. We intend on working closely with the authorities as well to stop this highly illegal behavior. The fight card that saw Paul knock out Askren in the first round was a huge event for Triller, with pay-per-view sales topping 1 million in total, which was a huge number for the social media company and only their second ever event. UFC President Dana White made it a personal project over the past year to target a number of illegal streamers broadcasting the company's pay-per-view. Now it appears Triller is joining in the fight while looking to go after the streamers who broadcast the Paul versus Askren card. Dana White said, He knocked out an NBA guy that was 40 years old and 30 pounds less than him. I don't even know what to think about the Askren thing. The whole thing is effing mind-boggling to me, but good for him. Grab that money while you can, kid. I don't believe anything Triller says. That's an effing circus. None of that is real. Do you think any of that shit that's going on over there is real? Come on, man. I built a real business here, a real sport. Well, White seems to be really mad about all of this going on. What do you think about Jake Paul's boxing career? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from us. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.